Today we're taking a look at the Houston Cougars vs. Baylor Bears match, which is happening on Saturday, April 3, 2021 at 5:14 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. The number 1 seed Baylor Bears and 2nd seeded Houston Cougars each put an end to lengthy droughts to advance to their 2021 NCAA Tournament Final Four matchup on Saturday in Indianapolis. The Bears reached their third Final Four by winning the South region, but it's their first appearance since 1950, when the event was limited to an 8-team field. The Cougars have not been in the national semifinals since the Phi Slama Jama glory days of 1974, but their victory in the Midwest region set up the first All-Texas Final Four in NCAA tournament history. Baylor, by virtue of an 81-72 victory over Arkansas in the South Regional Final on Monday, secured its first Final Four berth in 71 years. Drew has been at the helm of the program over the past 18 seasons and has experienced his share of ups and downs during that extended tenure. The Bears rose from the ashes of a horrific scandal, reaching the brink of the Final Four in 2010 and 2012, only to fall to the eventual national champion on both occasions. They regressed a bit before rebounding last season, only to have a global pandemic snuff that promising campaign. The Bears rank 6th nationally at 83.0 points per game and are number 3 in offensive efficiency, averaging 123 points per 100 possessions per KenPom.com. They have been led in scoring all season by the three-guard backcourt of Jared Butler, Macho Teague and Davion Mitchell, who are averaging between 16.5 and 14.0 points. Baylor has received a boost off the bench from sophomore guard Adam Flagler, who is averaging 11.0 points in the NCAAs. Flagler also is 8 of 12 from long range in the tournament for the Bears, the nation's top three-point shooting team. While Butler and Mitchell are 2 of the country's better defenders, averaging 2.0 steals in the NCAA tournament, Flagler has matched them with 8 steals over the past 4 games. Baylor has forced 69 turnovers and committed only 29 for a +40 margin, the best 4-game mark in the NCAA since Kentucky in 1996. The Baylor Bears reached their first Final Four since 1950 after an 81-72 win over Arkansas last time out. Macho Teague led the Bears in scoring with 22 points on 8 of 18 shooting with 3 threes and 5 rebounds, while Jared Butler added 14 points on 4 of 11 shooting with a pair of threes and 5 assists. Davion Mitchell chipped in 12 points on 6 of 11 shooting with a team-high 6 assists, and Adam Flagler added 10 points with 3 assists and a team-high 4 steals in the winning effort as well for Baylor to cap off the group of double-digit scorers for the Bears in the victory. Much like Baylor, the Cougars rely on their backcourt to provide the bulk of their offense, led by leading scorer Quentin Grimes. Named the Player of the Year in the American Athletic Conference, the junior guard is averaging 18.0 points in the NCAA tournament while hitting at least 4 three-pointers in each game. Grimes and second leading scorer Marcus Sasser have played stellar defense, combining for 16 steals in the tournament. One key for the Cougars in their last 2 victories was the ability to shut down the opposition's leading scorer, holding Syracuse's Buddy Boeheim and Oregon State's Ethan Thompson to a combined 23 points on 6 of 25 shooting. Houston also dominated the glass in each of those matchups, winning the battle of the boards by a combined 81-60. That's not surprising for a team that was 3rd nationally in offensive rebounds at 14.3 per game. The Houston Cougars reached their first Final Four since 1985 after a 67-61 win over Oregon State in the Elite Eight. Marcus Sasser led the Cougars with 20 points including 5 threes and a pair of steals, while Quentin Grimes added 18 points with 4 threes, 4 assists and a pair of steals, and Dijon Giroux chipped in 10 points with 8 rebounds, a pair of blocks and a team-high 8 assists to cap off the trio of double-digit scores for Houston in the winning effort. Justin Gorham added 6 points with a team-high 10 rebounds for the double-double for the Cougars in the victory. This Houston team is as active, tough, and relentless as any in college basketball. No, it doesn't operate with the ruthless offensive efficiency of Gonzaga, and putting together a full 40 minutes of consistency hasn't been easy, like in the 67-61 win over Oregon State to get here. But to get schmaltzy, try finding a team that plays with a bigger heart. Oregon State pulled off a minor miracle to get back in the game and tie it after getting its doors blown off for the first 20 minutes, but just when it seems like it was about to take over, Houston got an offensive rebound. And then another one. And another one. The Cougars out-rebounded the Beavers 41-29, including a ridiculous 19 on the offensive end. No, it didn't mean Houston just wanted it more, but it simply managed to do everything right to keep possessions going. Arkansas is able to do that a bit, too. It out-rebounded Baylor 34-29 with 11 offensive boards in the 81-72 Bear win, and that could be the Achilles heel. This is a loaded Baylor team that's playing as well as anyone at both ends of the floor, but it's just okay on the defensive glass. Houston has the defensive style, the attacking ability, and the athleticism to hand with the ultra-quick Bears. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. There's absolutely no such thing as a cheap run to the Final Four. If you got here, you went on a 4-game run doing something very, very well. With that said, Houston beat a 15, 10, and an 11 before getting a 12. That's 4 double-digit seeds, and now there's a massive step up coming in overall talent level. But it's more than that. Again, this takes nothing away from the Cougars, but the last 3 teams they faced were good matchups for them, along with being double-digit seeds. All 3 were defensive-minded squads, with the Orange and Beavers ultra-reliant on hitting from the outside. Houston is 11-2 ATS in their last 13 games as an underdog and 14-6 ATS in their last 20 games overall, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 NCAA tournament games. Baylor is 26-12 ATS in their last 38 games against a team with a winning record, and 10-3 ATS in their last 13 neutral site games, while the over is 13-3 in their last 16 games overall. My first betting advice is to pick Baylor -5. Baylor is an entirely different problem. That's not to say that Houston can't pitch a defensive gem, but Baylor can play a little D, too. It forced 15 Arkansas turnovers and clamped down hard from the outside. The real key, though, will be the Bears' offensive versatility. They'll find every way to score, and they won't get decimated on the glass. Houston won't get the offensive rebounds they'll need. This is going to be a fantastic game between 2 teams that can really play outstanding defense and have the offense to go along with it. However, I just think that as good as Baylor is, Houston's going to bring the intensity to match, and this is a well-coached Houston team that can do it all just as well as Baylor can. My second betting advice is to pick under. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.